Be warned, it's LuAnna, and this podcast contains honest, upfront opinions, rants, bants, general explicit content, but you know you love it.
Hello!
Happy Thursday! It's LuAnna, totally extra. Do you know, I don't think we can ever start a podcast without singing. So I'd like to apologise for that, for the people that hate the singing.
Did you send a singing thing to our group the other day?
did.
I didn't listen to it.
I did. I sang.
I've just realised that.
That's okay.
And I didn't listen. You've just
That's
reminded
okay.
me. Because I was going to say that every day nearly is a LuAnna day. Because on Monday we have our main app. On Tuesday, okay, nothing, but you can listen from Monday.
That's
on
true.
Wednesday, we drop on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
On Thursday, we have LuAnna Totally Extra available on Global Play or all other players. And on Friday, we drop on YouTube again. So then you've got Saturday and Sunday to catch up on the whole of LuAnna. And that is just a joyous week.
I would like to say 8 years of Lou still not knowing our text number, and the fact she's remembered that.
Thank you.
I am impressed. She's absolutely spot on. This is our extra episode, though. This is all about you little beauts. So let's muff hunt in and see what you got for us. What's been on the back phone this week, please, Ims? It's a Petty Polly from Charlie up first.
Hi girls, live Petty Polly.
Mm-hmm.
Having asked my husband for some help with our daughter's upcoming birthday party, including baking the cake, decorating it, decorating the venue, getting her birthday present ready, which I've already bought, by the way, getting it wrapped, snuck into the house so she doesn't see it, all that bullshit. His response to me was, sure, if I have time. Right, absolutely brilliant. So my response has been, just washed all the dishes. There's a giant puddle by the cupboard where all the glasses are. I'm leaving it there. I know full well it's there. So I'm evading it with my socks, but he is going to step right into it. Just going to fuck him right off.
Yeah.
And I am loving it. Can't wait for it. Love you girls. Bye.
It's a good one. Leave that puddle there.
Yeah.
See if he gets that mop out. He
If
won't.
I've got
He'll get a dishcloth.
Do you know what Andrew says to me? What have we got the kids for Christmas?
I get the same.
Yeah.
You know how we had Mother's Day the other week?
Yeah.
Same thing. This again, I'm not man bashing, but I'm just my husband bashing. I was like, have you got your mum some flowers? Oh no, I even gave him I said, I'm going to get my mum some nice flowers from nice florist. Do you want me to get your mum's as well? Just, cut the shit now. We're married 10 years. I know the situation.
Buy one, get one free.
Exactly. He was like, no, I'll get my mum her flowers. I was like, well, that's very thoughtful. Fine. Until half an hour later, I'm on the phone to the florist, done the order for my mum. Then I get I'll do us a favour. Can you go and add on my mum a bunch of flowers? I was like, for fuck's sake. And it'll be him taking full credit for it.
That's just what they do, these men.
Exactly.
We've got a message from Anonymous. So Clifford says, on the 20th of March's extra episode, very specific Clifford, there was a story about the woman who saved her husband under Mr. Big Banana in her and
When
she got
stuck
locked in the container.
Yeah.
A similar thing happened to me. I went on a date with a girl a few years ago where we met in a coffee shop. We were talking for half an hour or so. Everything was going well. So far, so good. She turned to sneeze into her elbow. And as she pulled her head away from her elbow, we both saw that her arm was covered in blood. She looked me in the eyes, her pupils dilated. Then she completely passed out and fell to the floor.
Oh, no.
Myself and one of the cafe workers went over to check on her, and she was passed out for over a minute while we tried everything we could remember from our first aid courses. The worker then rings an ambulance, and after finding out I wasn't a partner but a first date, asked me to ring an emergency contact for her. I opened her phone, and because I don't know her passcode, obviously, pressed the emergency call button, which thank God had her emergency numbers on it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've got it on my phone. My mum, my dad and Andrew saved as my emergency numbers.
Where'd you put that in your phone?
It should be in your settings. On iPhone.
I need to do that. I didn't know that.
You should do it.
I have ice for in case of emergency.
No, but you can actually do it in your iPhone now.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Thank you. I'm going to do that. Yeah.
So the two contacts were Dad and Daddy. I had no idea what to do. Which one do I call? They both had dads. Is one her dad and the other a daddy?
Stepdad.
I rang Dad, no answer, and I rang Dad again, no answer. I nervously ring Daddy, and a man answers with, "You always come back."
Stop it. Oh no.
As shocked as I was that my suspicions had all but been confirmed, I just had to get it out. Sorry, mate, not the time. You're saved as an emergency contact in her phone, and she's not in a good way. Are you the right person to phone? He replies in a serious tone, in a serious tone.
Bless him.
Oh shit. I know a few of her mates. I'll let them know, make sure someone's with her or her parents or something. I'm so sorry for picking up like that, mate. I think it was her sister and dad who came and got her by the time the ambulance arrived. Hopefully he was dad and not daddy. I explained what happened and they were both super lovely about the whole thing. No second date, not even with daddy, who I thought I had a good connection with.
Well, that is
You always come back.
That is an absolute Bobby Dazzler.
Oh, daddy.
Daddy cool. What I want to know is why the hell was he an emergency contact?
Well, maybe they had been dating for quite a while.
I mean, that's a corker.
Got a voice note rant from Katie next.
Hey LuAnna, love the pod and all that jazz. Rant incoming. So my rant is all about parents and flexibility in the workplace. So, casual, you can just work from home in the morning and drop your kid off at school and then you can come into the office. No bother. Well, Brenda, get your head out your fucking arse. She's not going to be bloody working. She's going to be shaking her mouse every 2 seconds, but put in a bowl of Cheerios for wee Freddie there and bloody screaming at him to get his shoes on. She's not working. What are you on about?
Working.
And then they'll stroll into the office late and then they'll be like, I need to leave early. I need to go pick up wee Freddie from school. I promise I'll log in when I get home once I've picked him up. Well, no, you're fucking not. You're going to go pick up your son from school and then you're going to freaking look after your kid because you've just picked him up. You're not going to be working. That's absolute bullshit and we all know it. So stop lying to us, for God's sake. And then before COVID, this shit would never stand. And now it's just flexibility for everyone. Oh, no, it's not everyone. It's if you have a fucking kid. Us who don't have kids, however, you can piss off about flexibility. That's in the fucking bin for you. And then your kid gets sick. Just go pick up your kid from school, understand? And just take your laptop home. You can work from home this afternoon. Well, Brenda, again, get your head out your arse. She's not going to be working from home in the afternoon. She's going to be looking after her sick kid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so unfair for people that work the same hours, the same contract, and don't have kids. And we get fucking none of that flexibility. It just is utter shite and it needs to end. Pre-COVID, things were a lot stricter and it should be going back to those times. And I know a lot of people will listen to this pod and be like, that's ridiculous, completely disagree with everything she's saying.
You have a fair
I know
point.
There's going to be women out there in the same boat as me, like, amen, sister, scream it from the rooftops because my God, it's pissing me off.
Two camps, isn't it? It's hard.
Thanks, guys. Love you. Love the pod and all that. I said that before. Shite. Anyway, keep doing what you're doing. Love you, gals. Take it easy.
Thank you. This is the space to air that. Like I say, we welcome all the different viewpoints.
Right. It's not really fair on the people that are doing the same job and the same hours and picking up the slack. So
you'd hope that if there were needs for you, like, I don't know, bereavement or sickness or something that happens to you, you'd get the same.
Well, I bet she's
compassion.
still working about 10 hours more a week.
Yeah,
for the same money.
We get it. It's a very tricky one.
But then it is great for people to be able to work again after having kids because so many
and we
women
are supportive of that. And also kids do need looking after.
It's a very catch-22.
It is. I don't think there's any right or wrong with that, but I think the space for both opinions is very, very valuable. So thank you for that. Shit gift from Bex. You sent this in social media? No, not her. Hi, LuAnna and Imo. Pretty new listener here. After suffering a mentee bee late last year. Love how everyone's just coined that now.
Yeah.
I've used your pod to give a little boost whilst I've been struggling and have stuck around for the rants and bants. Excellent. Welcome to the family, babe. Here's a shit gift story sponsored by my shit mother-in-law. We have a love-hate relationship, as in she loves herself as much as I hate her.
Brilliant.
But I can bore you with her narcissistic tendencies another day. Mother-in-law has always been particularly shit when it came to gifts, even when we did get on. But this one stays firmly at the top of my list. Rewind 2020, a global pandemic, and my already rocky relationship with my mother-in-law was enjoying a well-earned break. Roll on to December. That really worked for people that didn't get on with their in-laws, actually, didn't it? That locked. Oh, what a shame!
Break.
What a shame! Can't see you for 5 years. Roll on to December. I'm 5 months pregnant with our first baby. Another lockdown has just been announced, and it's my birthday. When she asked my husband what I would like for my birthday, I made sure that he told her nothing baby related, as it was still my birthday, pregnant or not. and after starting to feel slightly human after 5 months of morning sickness, I was looking forward to a low-key birthday. Now, I would say I'm difficult to buy for. I prefer doing things to an actual material gift, not ideal during a pandemic, but I love a bubble bath and just a little pamper, which I'm sure you can agree is also extra nice when you are growing a pet sperm. So he gave her some ideas like bubble bath, face mask, and a counter. I mean, you can't go wrong with that,
No,
Lou. You can't go wrong with that. Standard issue.
Everybody likes getting shit like that.
Exactly. So off my husband went to do a social distant meet-up with his mother to exchange Christmas presents. And
leave it on the bench. I'll step back
That's
2
it.
metres.
We'll spray it with some anti-bac and we'll leave it 15 minutes in case it blows up. Off we go. His mother, birthday present. Everyone did it in a petrol station, a service station, swatch
I
over.
loved those birch hanger services.
Yeah.
I discovered them in lockdown.
You did. The Starbucks.
Oh, I loved
we
that
felt we were
Starbucks.
fucking living, didn't we?
Loved it. And I
Pop into
remember
that
going
Starbucks.
to like a park with the kids for a walk, and there was an ice cream van there. I've never tasted ice cream as good as
And I
that.
remember Mackie D's drive-thrus came back. My God, we were in that queue. We were. I mean, it was seriously. It was like
It was like a
Christmas.
day out
It was.
sitting
It was
in
a
the queue.
day. Kids, we're going to the Mackies.
So we used to go to the services.
That was literally
for
your
Starbucks.
massive day out, wasn't it?
God.
We lived for
And
it.
wasn't it great?
We put makeup
Simple
on and
life.
everything.
Yeah.
Just to go to the service station. Anyway, that packet, we're already rose tinted, aren't we, for COVID days? Anyway. So went to exchange Christmas presents and the dreaded birthday present whilst I stayed at home because, you know, new lockdown rules and I'm pregnant, but mostly because I didn't want to go. He comes home with 3 bags and a look on his face which isn't exactly giving me good vibes. He hands me my birthday present, which I accept reluctantly, and I open it to find a lovely big tub of stretch mark cream. Oh, she went in low blow. Yep, you read that right. She had bought me stretch mark cream for my birthday. Now, I'd like to point out that we had barely spoken throughout my pregnancy. She had absolutely no idea if I had stretch marks or not. For the record, I didn't. And if I was even bothered about them. Exactly, she stepped across a line there. She texted me later in the day to see if I liked my present, to which I replied with a lie that I was actually allergic to one of the ingredients and I wouldn't be able to use
She's
it.
like, fuck you.
She just said, never mind, you can pass it on to one of my pregnant friends. Safe to say, in my overly hormonal state, I cried my eyes out. Then calmed down and messaged everyone I could to tell them what she'd bought me. Absolutely no need to keep me anonymous. She doesn't listen to your podcast, and even if she did, I don't give a shit. I'm Bex from Feltham. Stay breezy, bitches.
Go on, Bex.
Go on, Bex.
No fucks given.
Could have been a nice... You know,
Could
there's
have
some
been
lovely
like the
brands.
Cowshed.
Yeah,
Body
could have
butter's
been some
really nice. Or
ones.
Mum Balm or
Mum,
whatever.
yeah.
From Cowshed's really good. Anyway, what are you saying to us, Rhiannon?
Hi girls, Rihanna here from South Wales. Love the pod and all that jizz. I think we should call it jizz, not jazz. from now on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Long time listener,
Good.
first time voice noting in.
Great.
So it's not a live rant, it's more of like a live comment, if you can call it that, if you like. So I've just been listening to Monday's episode where you were talking about doing a collab with James Partridge on his new podcast thing and whatever. And like,
we forgot
it just reminded me when Anna like does, when she does like a singing impression or like just a little clip of a song, like I've noticed it in quite a few previous episodes as well. She won't just go like, shine, Jesus, shine, that song or whatever. She has to put her best singing voice on. So it's like, shine, Jesus, shine. And it literally creases me every time. I just find it so funny. It always seems like she's trying really hard. Her voice. And to be fair, Anna, your voice does sound lovely. So
you're kind.
keep going with it. I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What about my
love you girls. Bye.
I love. She's
about
right.
me?
I really try hard.
Shine.
She's right. I really do try.
You really go for it.
I do. You have a lovely voice.
You've got to go for it in life. You never know when you might be spotted.
Exactly.
Your
You're
talent.
right. We could be talent spotted
I
on
know.
here.
Well, we haven't yet. It has
Not
been
yet.
8 years.
It's been a long time. It's probably not going to happen.
I
but
don't think it's happening.
Never mind,
for us.
Lou. Never mind. We do this for our own love.
Yeah.
You're a lovely singer. Thank you. I think you have a very nice timbre. Very good. Can I just say, Lou, I'm thrilled that this is semi-taking off.
Me too.
Go
I
on.
haven't read on. Go on, you read
okay.
it.
Why the UK isn't all bad from Anonymous.
Come
so
on,
Mildred.
convince me, Mildred.
So this is we're sketchy at best while we're trying to tweak out the posies
We're literally pulling
of life in the
at
UK.
pubes here.
Yeah. Last week we got, I think, benefits, but then not benefits. So let's see if we've done any better this week. Right. Following on from the request to write in about what the UK is great at, why I'm proud to be British. That was it. Hasn't quite taken off. This is one I didn't think I would write, as I chose to have both my babies at the Portland out of fear of the service. So Portland Hospital being a private hospital.
Join the crew. Anna and I also gave birth.
We also did give birth there. I'm going to be honest. My second one I did, not my first. Well, on Friday, I got a call to collect my 18-month-old from nursery as she had vomited and had a fever. I was so agitated, as it seems the bugs are constant. I got to the door, one little one toddled over and then went out of the blue into a completely stiff state. Oh my God, this is awful. No. And eyes were rolling back in her head. The nursery staff were incredible. They put her in a safe position, contacted 999, and we were blue lighted to A&E within 5 minutes. Fucking brilliant. Amazing. Well done, ambulance service. My baby eventually came round after 35 minutes of convulsions. That is awful. That is literally the worst thing.
Worst nightmare.
Ever.
That's horrific.
We can so empathise with the fear that you feel. My God,
I'm so sorry.
Just awful. It was truly the worst and scariest experience of my life. I can believe it. I remember when Elle had croup back in lockdown, I had an ambulance. It's fucking terrifying. They do not get enough credit.
Look.
I will agree with that. Sorry. She says, turns out she had viral meningitis. This story is to thank the NHS. They do not get enough credit. And Lou and I will attest to that.
Clemmie's broken arm and she had surgery. I was bigging up the NHS last week.
And the NHS recently, a couple of my family members have been in recently as well, and they have not had better care. They could not have had better care, honestly. So thank you to all the medical staff. Absolute heroes, from the paramedics to the doctor who discharged us today 5 days later. They were incredible. And had it not been for the response and expertise across the board, my baby would probably not be with us today. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know many NHS staff listen to LuAnna. You guys are freaking heroes, and I will be forever indebted and singing your praises. Do you know what, Lou?
That is okay. Let's
bring
back
back the clap. Let's bring back the NHS. Clap for the NHS. NHS clap, because honestly, all of our families have recently been on the receiving end of the most wonderful care, vigilant, and I say vigilant care with my family. No stone left unturned.
I think though that when you're in that job, you do want to do your best. It's not that people go to work. You're never going to be a nurse and not give a shit about people, are you? Why would you do that job?
Exactly.
It's just a shame that they're let down by the powers that be.
Well, there's a lot of people and not enough staff.
That is incredible.
Very good.
And that's great to hear that kind of ambulance story, because quite often you hear that people are left waiting for ages. And we're so happy that your little bubba is
the success story. But you're right, Lou, we're very quick to criticise in life. But we should step up and praise when the praise is worthy as well.
So we've got one thing why we're proud to be British.
NHS ambulance staff.
When it works.
It's all right, we're getting there. We're ramping it up.
Maybe it is improving.
Send it over, guys. I am proud to be British because, or the UK isn't such a bad place because. Let's start to tee them up. Did you see?
Keep sending them in. We have now got a rant in from Faye.
My name is Faye from Milton Keynes.
Oh, big up to
I have
MK
a
Massive.
small rant, but more so a question, as I'm extremely curious as to why so many people post a picture of a pregnancy test in the LuAnna Facebook page asking if they're pregnant or not.
Yeah.
When they could just go to the shop and buy another pregnancy test, a digital one, a more advanced one.
People are busy.
Wait a day and take another one. I just don't really understand the concept, really.
It is.
Please advise.
Okay.
Well, look, I think that, lots of people in that group have been pregnant, and then people just so desperately want to be pregnant that they're looking for anything, and they can't always go to the shop for a digi one.
But they're clinging on to validation and
I'd scroll by,
Scroll by if you don't like it, but I think, as you say, in that heat of that moment, people are desperate for
waiting for the next day is a very long 24 hours, isn't it? Oh, all right, Ims.
It's that
playing us some tunes.
I get the question, and thank you, and genuinely thank you for sharing it. But I think people just that's what they like about the community of the Facebook group is to go. It's almost like we just stick on a page, we just throw it out there and wait for what
we get back.
Yeah.
Right, some confessions now. I've never told anyone this, but Dear LuAnna and Imo, I love the pod and all that jazz. I've been listening since before Christmas and instantly became hooked. I listen every Monday and Thursday, and in between, I've been listening back, Anna,
good.
to episodes of 2021.
Listen back, guys.
All right, Anna. On one of these earlier episodes, there was a message in from a listener about seeing a neighbour in the shower as they hadn't put up a blind. This was accompanied by a video which you sounded thrilled to enjoy watching.
God,
I don't remember this.
Oh, I'm perimenopause.
I
and I can't
decided
remember
I
anything.
must write in to tell you about my neighbour.
Excellent. Here we go.
A few years ago, my husband and I moved into a new build property. As with a lot of these new estates, houses can be slightly overlooked by others. We were lucky that ours only had one house with a window that could see into our garden, and that window was a bathroom window with blurred glass.
Phew.
Well, they're winning, aren't they?
They are.
The week before moving in, we went round the house with the property sales agent to do a final check over, and as I stood in the kitchen and looked outside, I was instantly greeted by the sight of a man who was about to be our new neighbour, butt naked in the shower and very visible through the blurred glass. I gasped in shock. I didn't know if I should tell the sales lady or not. So I just kept it to myself. We moved in a few days later, and I soon realised this view was going to become a daily feature.
Ooh.
I assumed as the neighbour was also in a new home, they had only moved in recently too and hadn't quite got round to buying a blind. I was also quite horrified that a builder would design a bathroom with a shower directly in front of a window. But I soon began to enjoy the sight of the male silhouette scrubbing himself down. He really went to great lengths to deeply clean his manhood, ensuring no part was untouched. I did consider popping round to tell him, but on the one occasion I did meet him outside, I found myself too embarrassed to mention my daily viewing, so I decided to keep the secret and try not to pay too much attention to the window each day to give him the privacy he deserved. One early summer's evening, the village vicar and one of the lovely elderly ladies from the Mothers' Union popped around to talk through plans for our newborn son's upcoming baptism.
Go on, here we go.
We sat by the open glass patio doors overlooking the garden, drinking tea and talking all about things church related, when out the corner of my eye,
Oh no. Oh no. Here we go.
I
It's
spotted the light turn
showtime.
on in the neighbour's bathroom,
Yeah.
and I quickly realised what was about to happen. It felt like I was now in some kind of Vicar of Dibley sketch trying to keep the eyes of the lovely, sorry, it's really got me, lovely church elders on me and not let them drift over to the other side of the garden. Sentences like, "More tea, vicar," and "I'm sure you can have another biscuit," were flowing from me at quick speed every time I felt they were at risk of viewing the Adonis and his daily scrub. Luckily, they didn't seem to catch sight of the trouser snake as we planned hymns and prayers for my angelic newborn sleeping nearby in his Moses basket, or at least they didn't let on that they had seen anything.
Jerusalem.
Shortly after this, the neighbour put up a blind and I decided to subscribe to Netflix for my viewing entertainment instead. Roll on a few years and they've recently moved out into a different home. My new house... Oh, and I have recently moved into a different home. My new house is positioned towards the corner of a cul-de-sac. This is a great view down the street. I had my bathroom refitted just after I moved in, and when I went to look into getting blinds fitted, I decided... I actually didn't want one.
Oh!
The exhibitionist in me absolutely loves the feeling that every time I have a shower, anyone driving down the road or any of the mostly elderly retired neighbours can get a full view of me lathering up my titties and giving my bum and vag a good scrub. I know for a fact I'm visible from outside, and I asked a friend to check once and they said they could see everything.
She's got a king clue.
So when it's dark outside and I'm stood under the bright lights in my shower, I make the most of the show and hope someone outside is enjoying what they get to see. Nobody has knocked or left me a note yet to tell me to stop.
She's in it.
She's a little voyeur.
She loves a little bit of this.
Reverse voyeur.
Yeah.
She's like well all into that.
Soaping it up.
Little nipple tweak, little vag. Wow.
Well, good
What a
for
confession.
you. What a
Good
confession.
for you.
Yeah, well, let's see what this one's like. Hi, ladies. Love the pod and figured this would make you giggle. When I was 18, my girlfriend and I were seeing each other in secret because as she was an Asian girl, and back then her parents would have been disappointed in her dating a white boy. Because of this, we would often hook up in public, but in very discreet places. One such place was behind the local university sports hall. There we were, one summer evening having sex down a grassy verge where we thought nobody would see us, when we heard joggers passing by, followed by, oi, oi! There's nothing more British than that, is there? Oi, oi! To my amazement, the joggers had stopped and were now looking at my bare ass. Oh my God! Oh my God, to my amazement, the joggers stopped. Yes. And now looking at my bare ass was the one and only Mr Motivator!
Remember him?
I said, can you imagine? Trousers down, fully like mid-pump. I said, you're Mr Motivator? To which he replied with a cheeky wink, stay motivated, kids. Go on, Mr Motivator. His real name's Derek as well. Did you know that?
I did not know
Derek.
that.
We just fell about laughing as the pair of them jogged on.
Brilliant.
Keep up the great work.
Well, there you go. You have been motivated by the one and only
Mr Motivator.
Well, what a way to end the pod, because
Isn't
that is it for this week's LuAnna Totally Extra. I'm loving all the stories. Please keep them coming. You can email us, LuAnna, at everythingluanna.com. And our number is 07745 266 947.
By Jove, she's got it. Make sure you click follow if you haven't. We're on YouTube as well. Please do that, guys, because it helps keep us free and available to you as much as we possibly can. Have a brilliant weekend. See you Monday.
Bye.